Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hugo. I'm Los Angeles based DP, and today I want to talk about this gear. It's called Moza Slypod Pro. It's a motorized monopod. I'm not gonna go too much into depth of this review. I'll try to keep it short simply because there are many videos online about it, I'm just gonna try just to share the thoughts I've collected over 4 months of using it and some things that I haven't heard people say about this online. So first of all, the build quality is really nice. I really do like the color combination because I saw online there are some other color combination with red. I don't like those kind of combination because they look kind of cheesy and cheap. I like this kind of combination where everything is monochromatic, everything is like space gray and the carbon fiber and all that. It looks really nice. The build quality is really good too. I feel like pretty much anything you can touch is feels very high quality. I've never had before motorized sliders, motorized monopods. I've had a lot of motorized sliders in the past, and I was wondering where I could use this gear. And I'm not gonna lie, this gear is a very specific use. It's not like a universal tool where you can use it everywhere. It has I found like it has a very specific and unique purpose, but it does, in this niche, it does it really, really well. What I like about this tripod is it already has NATO rails and all kind of mounting screws. They have two of them, and it's really cool because it's so easy to mount it on a tripod or anything with the standard screws. I also found that the head it's a very simple head. It's not like a cine head where you can fluid head. It's a basic head like usually used on photo tripods, but it's really well built, and the locking mechanism, everything is so tight, so no problem setting up a camera for this, because it's quite honestly it doesn't have to be moving for this specific scenario, because it's mostly the way you use it is you basically set your shot, you lock your position and just push it in, push it out. You're not gonna move much. It's not like on a slider you can make some moves. It has a different purpose, and the head is powerful enough to hold a red Komodo with the Laowa 24 probe lens, which is quite big and bulky setup, but it handled it without any trouble. The other thing, so you can put this head vice versa. You can put legs here and you can put head on the other side. Why would you do this is because the controls of the slider on the one side, and if you want to use it like an actual monopod when you're filming and just using it as an actual monopod, you better have all the controls close to the head. But if you use it as some tracking shots, so you want to do this motorized slider moves, then it's better to have on the other side, so you have control closer to you, and when the camera extends you don't have to reach it out. Where this gear shines, I think, in particular, it's when you use a Laowa probe lens. When you use a probe lens, I think it's hard to beat, because with the slider you can't really get the same type of the shots. I'll explain how. Like, first of all, when you do some push-ins with the slider, you're gonna see rails in front of you, and it's really, and if you don't want to see the rails, it has to be a really short distance so you can go in and out. With this thing, because you don't have rails and extends by itself, you can go way further distances. And what's cool also about it, because you don't have rails, you can get in tight spaces. You can get, like, for instance, you have like a little hole or like a window or something, you can push the camera through it, which you cannot do with anything else. Like slider wouldn't do this. You cannot do this with a slider. That's where I found this really, really useful. And also what's really useful is that the gear shift is stepless, and that's really impressive because I use all kind of sliders, motorized sliders, and I'm currently using Rhino motorized slider, which probably one of the most advanced motorized sliders on the market. But even that slider, if you move it really slow, you feel these steps in the gear shifts, which you're not gonna feel anything with this one. And that's quite impressive because this thing can go really slow. It's gonna go it's capable of going so slow that you're not gonna be even able to see if it's moving, which is really impressive. And why would you need that, you would ask? Well, if you do extreme close-ups, and if you use this probe lens, and if you push it close, or even like any macro lens, if you push it to something really close, any sudden and subtle movements, little movements, you're gonna see it so much more than if you zoomed out. And therefore, like if you're doing some extreme movements, if you're doing some product photography and all that, that's where I think it's a must-have tool. Because with this, I set it up a red Komodo with the probe lens, a Laowa 24mm, and I pushed it so close to a subject, and I moved it so slow, like in and out. And the way it was doing it so slow, it was really impressive, because there is no way I could have done those shots with a slider. There's just no way. And what's interesting, because you can make movements so slow and stable, you don't even have to use a stabilizer or anything on post, like warp stabilizer, nothing. It's just so rock solid. As long as you mount it like on the tripod and you hold it together, or two tripods, But I actually use it with one tripod and no problem at all. I just set it up and that's it. And even though it was a red Komodo with this awkward probe lens, it didn't have trouble handling all this weight, and it was super extreme, super slow, and super steady, which was pretty impressive. What else? Improvements. So I would say, like, if I were able to change something or give the company a heads up what you can do, what was really missing when you use it as an actual monopod, it's really missing. Sometimes you want to change height real quick from a high mode to low mode, and the only way to do it here is you have to press the button and hold it until it retracts or extracts. It would be cool if they would have given an option to disable it, to use it manually, where you can press the button and adjust it manually. I'm not sure if it's even possible to do with this one, but just a thought, if they would have done this, it would be really cool to use it as an actual monopod as well. And another thing, it would be cool if there was like maybe another button for speed, so you can change speed, because the Slypod itself is it has only 3 buttons: plus, minus, and power on, power off. That's it. You can't really do much with this gear without using an app. So you have to use an app, and the app is pretty cool. Within the app, you can find all kind of settings. You can choose speed. It has 2 modes: one a fast one a slow one, and you can find all kind of flavor you want, and you can also set automated keyframes and all that. So pretty much, honestly, you can do a lot with this kind of stuff. In conclusions, it's definitely not a gear for everyone. I think it has a very specific niche, and if you do a product shoot, any type of way you need to use macro lenses, I think honestly it's a must-have. Like, there is no like other gear that I think would be more valuable when you're using macro lenses than this. So but it's not the stuff that you would use like every day for like so that's pretty much it. I hope this information was useful for you. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.